Hey everyone, Matt Canning here with bodybuildingpro.com here at the 2012 Arnold Classic Expo in Columbus, Ohio. I am with PJ Braun. Some of you guys may know him from rxmuscle.com. Some of you may know him from his heavyweight placing in the 2010 Nationals where he came 9th. PJ, tell us a little bit about that. You were 9th place in one of the most competitive pro qualifiers in the industry. It's obviously no easy go to get your pro card there. That and super heavyweights are very difficult. You know, some would put you at a super heavyweight in terms of your size, and you have the frame for it. What do you make of your 9th placing in 2010, and when's the next time that we can see you try to turn pro?
Well, that year I actually was planning on being a super heavyweight. I started my diet pretty early, 16 weeks out, which for me is more than enough time to diet. I actually, at the time of North Americans, which was about a month or so before, really wasn't all that impressed with the heavyweight class. I thought that Lee Banks was a force. He crushed that class. Then after him was Juan Morel, and then a bunch of guys that I really didn't think were all that spectacular. And Juan was a good buddy of mine who I train with all the time, who's an amazing bodybuilder. And I thought, I can hang with this guy. You know, I can battle him at Nationals, so I'm going to suck myself down. And it was tough. I mean, Juan and I were training together a week out, and we're both around 240. You know, we're around the same height. And I was kind of cracking on him, saying, you're not going to make the weight. And he was saying the same thing to me. The day of the weigh-ins, I was really depleted myself down. I actually just made the weight exactly. You're allowed to be 225 and a quarter, and that's what I was. And I was really impressed with my condition, but I knew that I was super flat, and I had to seriously fill out. The guy that actually wound up winning that show, Fred Smalls, who I've competed with for a couple of years, he had told me, he's like, man, I've never seen you so ripped, like, you know, great job. And that's cool for somebody that you've been competing with to say that to you. I immediately started like carbing up hard, and I put a couple pounds back on, but it wasn't enough. On the other hand, Juan, who's doing the same thing as me, he made the weight. He actually was able to fill out like 10 more pounds, and he looked amazing. And he actually finished second at that show. I really thought I was going to be right with those guys. You had Ken Jackson, who's now a pro. You had Joel Thomas, who was great. A couple other really good guys in that lineup. So, you know, was I disappointed with 9th? Yeah, I was. I thought I was going to be in the top 5. Should I have won? No. I did a photo shoot with Muscle Mag with Juan the next day, and the guy that was doing the shoot was like, how are you 9th? I don't understand. And I'm like, it is what it is, you know. Maybe I look better today than I did yesterday. But after that, I realized I can't suck down to that class anymore. And that's why I actually took a full year off so I could put on the size necessary for this year.
Well, you know, fair enough. Nobody would have had you necessarily winning the show. However, a week out, people, you know, looking at those pictures, you were a contender, I think. You are not a heavyweight. You are really a super heavyweight. But, you know, when it comes to getting your pro card, you might have to, depending, you know, how you want to do it, you could compete. Ultimately, you have the frame and the height to be a super heavy. But you qualify as you want to, but ultimately that's where you're going to be down the line. Tell me something, PJ. You are a pretty strong guy. You have was your shoulder press like 105 for 26 reps, something crazy like that?
Yeah, you know what, I'm not, it's interesting on how you determine strength. 1 rep max, I'm not that strong, but with volume and repetitions, I can actually go for a while. So as far as just brute strength, the heaviest I've ever pressed dumbbells for shoulders was 140s for, I think, 6 reps. But I've done 130s for 20 reps. I did the 105s. I think my best ever was 31 reps. So I can really crank out reps. I'm not, you know, record-breaking with like 800-pound deadlifts or anything like that. That's for sure. I like volume and reps, but I mean, I can handle a lot of repetitions. That's for sure.
I think that I'm kind of the same way, where like I can do something for 10, but then I add 5 pounds, maybe get it for 2. Is it something like that with you? Yeah.
Totally. I have friends that their 1 rep max blows mine away, but then I'm like, let's do some reps, and they're gassed out on the floor, and I'm like, let's keep going, you know?
Well, I hear you on that one. I was very impressed with your strength. You look like a strong guy. Not all bodybuilders necessarily have that dense, freaky look. Like what I mean is, like, you can almost tell by when they're in the off season, when they're in contest, what the quality of their muscle is, and you look like you're a strong guy. So you really, and you have the width for it. You will be pro eventually, and eventually you're going to be competing way into the super, you know, 240, 250. You could probably hold. You could be a 250-plus pound body. I don't see a doubt about that, but however you qualify is another story. Now, I know that you're with IronMagLabs.com for the supplement company IronMagLabs with Robert DiMaggio. Tell me about a little bit about the supplements. I know Super DMZ is a popular one. What do you make of the company and the products?
Super DMZ is like our big product that everybody knows. It's a great product. You know, when I was going to sign with a new company, I wanted to sign with a company whose products I would really use. You know, yeah, it's great to get paid, but you actually want to use the products too. We also have a product, Methadol Extreme, that is outstanding. And it's kind of funny, when I first started taking it, some of my buddies in the gym were like, hey man, are you like, you know, hitting some hardcore stuff or what? And I was like, actually, I'm just taking our IronMagLabs product, but it's really, really strong. When I first did Super DMZ, the month that I used it, I put on like 10 pounds. And I honestly don't think that I really got any fatter. I stayed really, really solid. It made my strength go through the roof. Definitely dropped when I stopped taking it, but you know, we have some good, legit, strong products that I'm really, really happy about.
Well, you want to know, nowadays with the internet, the truth kind of comes out, and everybody seems to love IronMagLabs. I've not tried it, so I can't say for myself, but online, everybody, you know, seems to kind of have the hots for it, and they're really interested in using it. So I just tend to think that that means something positive. Now, PJ, obviously, you know, you want to put your name and your information, contact information out there, get sort of a following. You're branding yourself like anybody else. So tell us, for all the fans who are interested in getting a hold of you, seeing your training videos and anything else, how they can get a hold of you, what's the best way to reach you and contact, you know, online?
Well, there's actually a couple ways to get a hold of me. I have my Facebook, which is PJ Braun. I have my Braun Fitness Facebook page, which is my business Facebook page. My email is pjbraunfitness@yahoo.com. And I have my website, www.pjbraun.com. I'm a certified nutritionist. I work with all kinds of people, not just contest prep, weight loss, diabetics. I've worked with cancer patients, all kinds of different diverse groups of people. I love nutrition. It's you know, my passion. So I feel like really blessed that I get to, you know, work with all these elite athletes that are, you know, already in great shape, and I'm just tweaking it. But I love to work with your average regular person too. So, you know, if you're interested in making a change, contact me. I'm real easy to get a hold of.
Now, you know, obviously bodybuilding is a little bit about trial and error. PJ missed his mark at the Nationals in 2010. A week out, he probably could have won it looking like that. But hey, that's what it's all about, trying to see something, try something different, see if you can improve, see if you can win. I expect that PJ will turn pro, and don't be surprised if it's this year. And he is ultimately going to end up being a 250-plus pound bodybuilder. He has the height for it. He's a wide guy. And you know, like, don't be surprised to see him do damage in the pro ranks sometime soon. So anybody, do you have any final words?
No, I just want to thank you so much for giving me this interview. I really appreciate it. It was an honor, you know, when people want to actually take the time to sit and talk to you. You know, going back to thinking when I first started, and I was looking at the big guys in the gym who I looked up to. You know, I don't ever take anything for granted when people actually, you know, take the time to follow me and appreciate what I'm doing. It means a lot to me.
Well, PJ, I get requests to do interviews from a lot of people, and your name did come up more than once. So the fact of the matter is, yeah, people do want to hear from you. So that's always good, and we expect to see you turn pro, maybe even this year. That wouldn't surprise me. So anyway, guys, here at the Arnold Classic Expo in Columbus, Ohio, with PJ Braun.
Thank you, man.